And finally, industry role players have stressed the need for consistent support to foster growth in female representation in the South African entrepreneurship space. According to the Bold International Barometer, a steady rise has been recorded in more women looking to participate in this field. The barometer also outlines that a 5% gender gap exists. CEO and founder of Uyandiswa Group, Amanda Dambuza, discusses this with us. Good evening to you. Let's start here. This barometer speaking of steady strides made, but how far should South Africa be going to maybe get and foster an acceleration?
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Dumisan. Well, we've made some great strides. I mean, we cannot ignore that, but there is still much to be done. And with the high unemployment rate in South Africa, we cannot sit back and say, things have changed. We have to purposefully and deliberately find entrepreneurs and foster a spirit of entrepreneurship, which is quite rooted in the South African culture. So yeah, there's still much to be done. We have to keep encouraging females to keep starting businesses.
On that point, is the South African climate at an economic, sentiment, cultural level ripe really for growth that is sought with the rise in female representation within entrepreneurship?
Well, I think it is, because what you're finding is that more and more women, and this Vertical Bold Bold Barometer study has uncovered that women are now more willing to take risks. They've seen the benefit of entrepreneurship, and they are willing to take that risk and see how far they can go, because it has also afforded them flexibility to either, do other things with their time, either, looking after their families whilst they're building a successful business, something that I've been able to do successfully over the last 10 years. And so we are seeing really changing attitudes around female entrepreneurship. Again, much still needs to change in terms of mindset, in terms of things like, you still have to act like a man to be taken seriously in business, and you have to act aggressive to be noted as a worthy entrepreneur. But I think there's definitely been some great improvement.
I'm glad you raised those dynamics in the latter part of your statement, because my next question is really going to be about representation at a broader level. Are we seeing more Black females rising in this space?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And remember, for Black people, entrepreneurship is a survival thing. It's about putting food on the table. Therefore, we grew up with go-go's selling around the corner, selling potatoes, selling whatever they could find. The spirit of entrepreneurship is in us, and we've never lost that. It's just that there's been a lot of fear in terms of, entrepreneurship is too risky, you gotta go get a job. But with more role models that are identifiable, and that's one thing about South Africa that this study has shown, we stand out in amongst all the countries that were polled, which was 25 countries, 49,000 males and females surveyed. We can identify tangible role models who are entrepreneurs, who are making a difference in society. So it's no longer just about money. Whilst we are fueled by the spirit of survival, we are now also saying, how can we use entrepreneurship to have an impact in our society?
As a parting shot, with the 7th administration yet to announce its cabinet, there is, of course, hope on the local space. What is it that maybe should be fostered where implementation is concerned to ensure that there is this support that is called for female entrepreneurs?
Well, I mean, I've been an entrepreneur full time now for more than a decade, and I have seen how difficult it is to get funding for your business. And it doesn't matter that you've built a strong, solid foundation and you've built a strong business, you still suffer as a female in getting funding. So this needs to be addressed as a matter of urgency, because even with the females, more with female entrepreneurs who have been surveyed, in the corner, every corner of South Africa, the awards that we Vertical Bold Women Awards, where we applaud entrepreneurs for their tenacity and audacity, one thing continues to stand out. It's funding for female entrepreneurs, and this has to be addressed ASAP. I hope that the government can sort itself out so that it actually starts thinking about its citizens. But I'm not a politician, so I'll leave it there.
Thank you so much for your contribution. That is Amanda Dambuza, the CEO at Uyandiswa Group, talking to us about female entrepreneurship and how South Africa can foster growth in that area. That's how we mark the International SMME Day right here on the Business Desk.